Welcome for my tourism Pathshala. It will transform your dream into reality. Good afternoon, my dear student. Today we are going to learn the air transport system of tourism. The air transport is one of the important transport system in our modern time, especially tourism and travel management perspective. This is a this is an important series of air transport system, national and international perspective. Today, we are going to discuss the air transportation system and evolution of air transportation system in India. First of all, we have to understand the basic perspective of air transport system. The transport is a key component of tourism services, and the quality of transport services influences the business of tourism industry. Number one. Next, the discovery of the principle of balloon fomented the idea of air transport. The breakthrough was brought by Wright brother on December 17, 1903 by flying a Kitty Hawk aeroplane. This information is very important for the UGC NET student, Bachelor of Tourism Travel Management, and Master Degree student of Travel and Tourism Management. After the World War II, the aeroplane had revolutionary impact on tourism for developing the modern era of mass tourism. Today, air travel has become the second most popular mode of transport for international travel. The Indian aviation sector is developing at an accelerating pace due to the policy related to the LPG, means liberalization, privatization and globalization. The rising number of working people, these are the factor. The rising number of working people, the standard of living in the middle classes of India, and improved connectivity have spaced the air transport industry in India. Now we are going to study the emergence of air travel in India from ancient to modern. Students, there are many breakthrough stories related to flying subject and humans in Hindus and Greek mythology. From Indian mythology, the Ramayana, we come across the word like Bimanas, such as Pushpak Biman. There is also the ancient text like Bimanika Shastra written by Mahorshi Bharadwaj in India. But today, in modern history of air transport began in 18 February 1911, the day on which air transport, travel and communication began in India. 1911 is one of the important milestones we have to keep in our mind. The idea of world's first official airmail flight was conceived by the British commander Sir Walter Wyndham. These are the peak from that period, from that time, 1911. The first postcard, second, Mr. Henry Piquet carried the world's first airmail, and third, the first aerial post day on February 18, 1911. These are the unique collection. This collection we have got this collection from the various sources, important sources or educational sources. Now we are going to learn the scenario of the First World War. Due to the First World War, 1914 to 1918, nothing much happened between 1911 and 1919 apart from International Convention of Air Navigation, which was held in 1990. In 1920, the Indian Air Board was formed, which submitted the recommendation titled The Past History and Future Development of Civil Aviation in India. In 1926, the recommendation got approved in 1927. Now, the scenario of the Second World War from 1939 to 1945. The crisis massively affected the air transport operation in India. On 1st January 1946, the civil aviation operation was restarted to its commercial status in India. and subsequently the geospatial situation due to the partition of India in 1947 derailed the air operation. And interestingly, Karachi was the western entryway of undivided India to the world, and it suddenly became the capital of newly formed country Pakistan. At that time, the time of the partition, the 8 air transport companies were operational in India. Number one, Ambika Airways, Indian National Airways, Air Service of India, Bharat Airways, Mystery Airways, Deccan Airways, and Tata Airlines. Now we move on the next point. This is very interesting picture. The route, air route in India 1947, sources the Tata 1994. The Indian Scheduled Air Service in 1947. This was our route, air route in the 1947. Now we come the important Air Corporation Act in India 1953. In March 1953, the Indian Parliament, according to Planning Commission recommendation, approval the Air Corporation Act, and which made the drastic change in the air transportation business in India forever. The act states that there shall be two corporations to be known as Indian Airlines and Air India International. In 1953 is the important milestone for the Indian Air Corporation Act. Next, newly, next important thing, the 1990. After 1953, we have to remember next important point, 1990. The Indian government has taken open sky policy. Keeping in the mind the fast changing scenario, the government had adopted open sky policy in April 1990 to permit the air taxi operators to operate their flight schedule in India and have the freedom to decide their cargo and passenger fare. Next important milestone in 1994, the new Act of Air Corporation. With the abolishment of Air Corporation Act 1953 on March 1, 1994, the new Act Air Corporation was enacted the Parliament to permit new air taxi operator to provide air services to domestic passengers. This act has permitted private operators to function their scheduled services in India. That resulted in inviting the several private players in Indian civil aviation make to start their domestic operation, including Air Sahara, next East West Airlines, NEPC Airlines, Sahara Airlines, and Jet Airways. These are the private operator. From 1994, private operator have got the chance to operate in Indian domestic market. Next important point, 2004. 2004, due to the rise of air travel demand, the Union Government of India in December 2004 permitted Indian scheduled carriers to function their scheduled services to international destination. From 2004, start operation in international destination. So these are our important milestones. And now we are going to understand, and we can easily keep in our mind the important timeline. 1912, the Indian State Air Services started the first domestic air route between Delhi and Karachi. Next important, the first airmail services was started by Tata Airlines. Next important, 1929 February, J.R.D. Tata became the first person to be awarded the pilot license. Next important milestone, 1932 October 15, Indian scheduled air transport started. Tata Airlines start airmail services on the Karachi, Ahmedabad, Bombay, Bellary and Madras route. Next, 1946, Tata Airlines was renamed Air India, converted into public limited company. These are the scenario from 1919, 1911 to 1946, from 1912 to 1946, of before independence. After independence, 1953 important milestone, the Indian Parliament passed the Air Corporation Act 1953 and the Indian Airlines Corporation, popularly called Indian Airlines, was established. Next, 1986, the National Airport Authority was constituted. Next, 1990, the government adopted open sky policy, I already discussed. Next important milestone, 2003, entry low cost carrier. 1995 is another important year. The Airport Authority of India was constituted by merging the International Airport Authority of India with National Airport Authority. 1999 CIAL airport was the first airport in India that was built with public-private partner participation and was made operational. 2003 is an important time where Indian government has given the entry the low cost carrier. Low cost carrier was started. Right now Indigo is a famous. 2004 December, Indian scheduled carrier were permitted to operate scheduled service to international destination. In 2005, Indian Airlines was rebranded as Indian. The government designated Air India. Indian Airlines, Jet Airways, Air Sahara to operate international services. In 2007, the regional airline policy was announced, wherein the license were given for the operation of airlines within the particular region. In 2008, 24th April, Greenfield Airport Policy of Government was announced. In 2010, Pawan Hans started the seaplane services. In 2016, National Aviation Policy was released, and 2020 and 2016 also launched the Udan policy was performed. देश का उड़े देश का आम नागरिक, this is the main vision of the Udan policy, उड़े देश का आम नागरिक. And 2020, Director General of Civil Aviation as the statutory body was formed under the Aircraft Amendment Bill 2020. These important Indian airlines are: number one, Air India. These are the logo of Air India. It has been started from 1946 and it is headquartered at Delhi. The IATA Air India code AI and type of service full services. Second famous Indian Airlines, Go Air. Go Air, these are the logo. It has been started from 2005. It is headquartered in Mumbai and IATA code G8, very important, and it is famous as a low cost airline. Second, Indigo. This is the logo. It has been started from 2006. The headquarters of Indigo, Gurgaon. The IATA code 6E, and it is the low cost airline. Next, SpiceJet. It has been started from 2005. The headquarters of SpiceJet is Gurgaon. IATA code SG, and it is also low cost air services or airline services. Next, Vistara. Vistara has been started from 2015. The headquarters is Gurgaon and IATA code UK, and it is the full service restaurants. These all are important Indian airline services. So this is very effective topic for our bachelor degree, master degree, UGC NET and JRF student. Thank you. UGC NET and JRF, the student of graduation level, BTS from IGNOU, student of graduation from various travel tourism management institution, and master degree and MBA in tourism student. This is very interesting series I have started from today, and next class I will discuss the international air agreement, the freedom of air. These are the another crucial topic. Keep touch with this channel, share, send your comment, any kinds of queries you can send in my comment box, and keep touch with this channel. Thank you.